Okay, hello there BookTube, Aaron here, hope you're doing okay. Today I'm going to be doing the quarter year crisis book tag. This is a tag created by Rasheen from Rasheen's Reading, and it's tagged by Jim from Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff. And I think this is the second tag in a row that I've done where Jim has tagged me. And there are a few others I want to do soon, and I might do one maybe around the weekend so I don't forget about them. But I wanted to crack on with this one because the year is getting on and I don't want to be doing it when it's closer to the mid-year. So cracking on with this today. But before I get into the tag, I thought I would show you the books that I'm reading for the BookTube Spin number 6. So a while ago, maybe about a week ago, I popped up my list of the 20 books I put down for the spin. And then we've had our Rick McDonald has spun the magic wheel, and I've got my 2 books here. So for number 17, so my number 17 was my dam buster that was just going to totally destroy my TBR, and that's the first 2 volumes of Remembrance of Things Past by Proust. So the first volume will be a reread for me, which would be nice, and then I think the first time round when I read it, I decided to just put it down and come back to Proust later. So it's going to be my second attempt at Proust, and I'm planning to take it slowly and just sort of slowly, just take everything in. So we'll see how that goes. And then number 20 is a book I really want to get to this year, so that's really cool. And it's Mikhail Bulgakov's The Master and Margarita. So I'll probably get to this first and then I'll take my sweet time with Proust. But yeah, I'm excited to read both of those, so it's going to be good. Okay, let's get into the tag itself. So the first prompt is, how many books have you read so far this year? And I've read 18 books so far, which for my reading speed and stuff is quite good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Number 2 is, have you found a book that you think might be a 2022 favourite, or if not, is there a book that you've enjoyed that's not quite 5 stars? And there are a few in there. So one that I'm quite hesitant to put down as a favourite is The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. And that's just because I'm planning to get through the rest of Lord of the Rings soon. And so I wouldn't really want to put just The Fellowship of the Ring down as a favourite if I'm going to be reading the rest of it soon. And then another couple, one of them is one of the books that I read for the BookTube Prize, and I popped up right at the top of my rankings, and that's In Memory of Memory by Maria Stepanova, translated by Sasha Dugdale. And it just kind of blew me away. But for me, it's kind of just rambly, just sort of rambly, genre-crossing stuff that I do just quite enjoy, and I'm quite happy to get lost in. So yeah, that was a delight for me. And then the third sort of possible favourite so far this year is the novel I'm reading at the moment, which is War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. And yeah, there are definitely elements of this book that I'm enjoying much more than I thought I would. But I'll probably get into that with a little more depth once I've finished the book. So there are the 3 possible favourites there. Okay. Then number 3 is, are there any 1-star books or a least favourite book of the year so far? And I don't have any 1-star books so far. I think I'm a little hesitant to give out the 1-star rating, which I don't know, maybe then decreases the value of the higher ratings. But anyway, my lowest rated book so far, and think about it, is the book I was most disappointed by so far this year, is St. Lucy's Home for Girls Raised by Wolves by Karen Russell, which is sort of, I don't know, like a middle grade sort of short story collection, a bit spooky, a bit sort of quirky. And yeah, there are still elements that I liked, which is why I put it down as 2-star. But ultimately, when I think about it, I just feel a bit disappointed and sad about it, really, which is a shame. Then number 4 is a book that surprised you. And the book that surprised me really the most maybe this year is The Membranes by Chital Wayne, translated by Ari Larissa Heinrich. And I think mainly it's just the twist and the depth of this book is, for the size of it, much more than you'd expect. So yeah, that was definitely a surprising read, and yeah, I think I enjoyed it much more than I was expecting to as well. So that was really cool. Then number 5 is a book that came out in 2022, but you want to read, but you haven't read it yet. And this is Pilgrim Bell, so a poetry collection by Kaveh Akbar. And I've read his first poetry collection, which is here, which is called Calling a Wolf a Wolf, and was impressed. And so I think, at least in the UK, this came out this year. And I've read a couple of the poems in here, sort of when they came out in magazines and stuff, and yeah, looking forward to that collection. Number 6, one goal that you made that you're succeeding at. And I think I'm doing pretty well with my goal for reading, well, definitely for reading more translated fiction and for reading a lot of, sort of Russian language fiction. But also for mammoths, I've read a few chunky books so far. Only one going over 700, but some that were getting more to that direction. And there are definitely some books in the mammoth category that I may be getting to later this year. So I think mammoths is one I'm comfortable to say that I'm doing pretty well with. And then number 7 is one goal that you made that you need to focus on. And for me, that would be fantasy. Because really, for sort of properly what I'd consider fantasy, Lord of the Rings or Fellowship of the Ring is the only one I've got to so far this year. And I was meaning to read the Cosmic Trilogy or the Space Trilogy, sometimes it's called, by C.S. Lewis. And I wanted to read the, at least start off the Thomas Covenant books by, what's his name? I've forgotten his name, but it'll come up there. But I just haven't got around to them yet. And as the year's getting up, other possibilities are piling up around me. So I'm beginning to get a little concerned that maybe I won't read that much fantasy this year. Which, if I'm not in the mood for it, I won't read it. That's okay. But we'll just see how that goes. And then the last prompt then is a new to you booktuber, or just a bookish content person that's sort of new to you. And for me, even though I've been subscribed to this channel for a while, it's a channel that I've really got into recently, and that's Read by Fred. I think, I don't know if any of you watching do this, but I tend to go through periods where I subscribe to a lot of channels, but I might not watch a lot by them straight away, and then there'll be like one gateway video, by one of the people you subscribe to, and you watch that, and then like, okay, I get this person now, and then you start watching more. And yeah, that happened recently for me with Read by Fred, which is really cool. He did a video about the Great God Pan by Arthur Machen, and that was a really cool video. And it's just been cool getting to sort of go through his backlog of videos a bit, and sort of getting to know his taste in reading. So I'll have his channel down in the description. But that's it for that tag today. So I'll be back soon, hopefully with some poetry on Thursday, which is tomorrow now, and maybe another tag at the weekend. But there we go. I hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.